Winter days have a way of slowing everything down. The garden is quiet, the greenhouse waits patiently for warmer weather, and the best place to start the day is right here with a warm mug of coffee in hand. Today we're making homemade coffee creamer for cozy Christmas drinks, the kind that makes mornings feel softer. Then we're heading out antiquing, looking for old, well-loved pieces that will someday live inside the greenhouse when building can continue. December has definitely slowed us down around our homestead, so today we're leaning into the cozy side of the season. Hey friends, it's Rosalind. Welcome back to our gardens and our tiny farm. Today I'm going to be sharing with you our favorite homemade coffee creamer recipe because we are 1 week away from Christmas and the holidays are all about cozy drinks, right? But this is a recipe that I use year round. And after I share it with you, you're going to be like, why have I been buying coffee creamer when I could have been making it myself all this time? It's so simple and it's so tasty. After we have made our homemade coffee creamer and added into our freshly brewed coffee, we are going to be walking out to the greenhouse together and imagining all the things that we're going to be doing in 2026. So make yourself something cozy to drink, and we are just going to spend some time together. Now, if you hear something strange, it's probably just my pressure cooker. But the first thing we're going to be adding into our saucepan, we're going to add 1 stick of butter and 1 cup of brown sugar. We're going to turn our oven on medium heat and we're going to melt everything together. This is our caramel sauce, the butter and the brown sugar. We're just going to stir it until everything is melted together and it's very bubbly. When the sauce starts becoming bubbly like that, that is when you know you have created caramel. And now we're going to add 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream and just kind of let all of that simmer together for another 30 seconds or so. When those first 3 ingredients are looking like this, that is when we're going to turn off our burner. We're going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. We'll stir all of that together. Next, we will add 1 teaspoon of salt, and you can add a little bit more just according to your taste. And then we are going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Stir all of that together. We're going to add the sauce that we just made into a glass quart jar and fill the rest of the jar with milk. You shake it all up and you have your own homemade coffee creamer. And this stays good in the refrigerator for anywhere from 7 to 14 days. Oh, it's so good. Since I have started making my coffee like this, I am always disappointed when I purchase a coffee from a coffee shop because I feel like this is so much better. There is something comforting about a warm mug of coffee on a cold winter day, especially when it's made from scratch with simple ingredients. Well, friends, I believe this means that we are having our very first cup of coffee together in the greenhouse. But first, I have wanted to cover up these tulip bulbs that we planted earlier this fall. We planted over 300 tulip bulbs into this raised bed, and we are expecting a lot of rain in the next 24 hours. So I want to cover them up so the rain doesn't make these tulip bulbs rot. Even though the greenhouse build has paused for now, we're still dreaming and planning. So I believe today we're going to head out and do a little bit of antiquing, finding unique pieces that will make the space feel warm, lived in, and loved. Harley and I found this antique mall. It's called America's Antique Mall, and it has a whole bunch of vendors under one roof. And they have some very unique finds here. And I felt like the prices were very reasonable. I had found this vase, and it's kind of the look that I'm going for in the greenhouse. But the price was more than I had wanted to give for the vase. But I'm still wondering if I should have brought it home with us. We picked up some items to decorate the greenhouse with, so I thought I would bring you guys along for it and also share some of the things that we found to decorate the greenhouse with later in spring. This is some of the things that we picked up. So I think I had shared earlier in a video that I did pick up two of these chairs off of Facebook Marketplace for $30 each. And they are like, there's nothing wrong with them. The only thing I had to do with them was shampoo them, and they are like new. So I did move one of them inside, and the other one is still sitting out here in the garage until we move it into the greenhouse. But this is a mirror, a vintage gold mirror that I picked up to add into the greenhouse. Can you imagine this with like candles or plants sitting in front of it? And this is a sweet little desk that I had picked up a couple years ago, and it will also be moved into the greenhouse. But the other day, some of the things that we found are these two vases, and they will be going on top of one of them will be going on top of this plant stand, and I do have a larger one outside that will also be, I think it's like double the size of this one, that will also be holding one of the vases, and these will hold all of our fresh cut flower arrangements. I mean, can you imagine this filled with peonies and dahlias, tulips in spring? This little guy is a cheese charcuterie tray, but I would like to use it just to have a tiny plant sitting inside of it in the greenhouse. And I also thought like that wheat design on it would be so sweet in late summer and fall as we're decorating for that season. This sweet planter is something that I had picked up at the thrift store to just plant some string of pearls inside of it. Now, this was not from our antiquing trip, but a couple weeks ago, I picked this up at the thrift store for a few dollars, and I just thought it would be so pretty on the floor in the greenhouse, maybe in front of those two chairs that I just showed to you. Isn't it so pretty? It kind of reminds me of a Victorian style rug. Now, my favorite find from earlier this week was this converted oil lamp. This is an antique oil lamp converted to electricity, and it is like a tall standing lamp. Can you imagine this maybe behind those chairs in the greenhouse? It has the prettiest flower design on it. Isn't that so pretty? It does have a little crack right here, but the design is so pretty that we couldn't leave it there.
The weather has actually warmed up for a few days, so Harley has been giving the greenhouse another coat of paint, and it is looking so much better.
Earlier this week, when I was out doing a little bit of Christmas shopping, I found this gift wrap. Do you guys remember the little toadstool mushrooms that we made in last week's video? I found a gift wrap to go with it. Isn't it just the sweetest? So I'm guessing that the boys' gifts will all be wrapped in this for Christmas. And one of the stocking stuffers that I got for Caden, he loves anything with crafting, painting, drawing, coloring, and he has wanted to do some knitting. He loves creating things for his friends. So I found this. It's like a beginner kind of, it's not really knitting, but it's a hoop kit. I just thought it's so sweet. So this will be one of his stocking stuffers.
Thank you for being here, friends, during these slower winter days. I believe in next week's video, we are going to be talking about all of the plants that we are going to be starting from seed in 2026, so stay tuned. The greenhouse will be finished soon enough, but for now, we are enjoying the slower pace of winter.